What's up, YouTubers? It's the J-Rex here. Alright, I thought I would give a better picture of just how bad inflation is getting in America right now, and why anybody that's investing should be investing into gold and silver right now, and not the stock market and dollars or 401k. They should not be investing in any of that shit. Only gold and silver right now because of the situation. And let me explain. I'm going to show it right here. Okay. This is a perspective of how bad inflation has gotten. This is your comparison of prices over 70 years. About. So, as you can see here, you can see the average cost of the home, wages, a new car, gas, bread, hamburger meat, how much it costed over the years to buy all this shit. So this, I did all the calculations for you so you guys don't have to worry about it. So I put all the calculations in so you guys could see. Now, here is the average of the minimum wage throughout the years. So like 1938, minimum wage was 25 cents an hour. And then 2009, minimum wage, $7.25 an hour. So, and I'm the silver chart right here. I'll show that later. But I just want to show how the Federal Reserve banking system has fucked over the American people. I'm not sure if that was their intention, if that was their plan, but that's what they're doing. They're fucking over the American people overall. The average American. Okay, so, alright, so you see here. I'm going to use 1960 and 2013. I'm going to use those 2 years so people can take a look at the big picture. So 1960... minimum wage was $1. 2013, minimum wage was $7.25. Hell, that's still the fucking minimum wage for a lot of states right now. It's still $7.25 an hour. Texas is still paying $7.25 an hour to this day in 2016. So, here we go. So how many minimum wage hours would you have to work so you can buy these certain things? Okay, now this is like the bottom of the barrel. This is like the worst possible paycheck you can get. And still, how many hours would you have to work to buy the stuff that you need to live? All right, in 1960. All right, so it can't get any worse than this. This is as shitty as a paycheck as you can get, and this is what people would get back in the old days and today. So. A house. How many hours? Worst case scenario, how many hours would you have to work to buy a house in 1960? As you can see here, you would only have to work 12,700 hours to buy a house, with even the shittiest paycheck you could possibly get in 1960. 12,000 hours to buy a house? That's pretty good. I mean, pretty good compared to today. Today, 2013, how many hours would you have to fucking work to buy a motherfucking house? You would have to work 39,931 hours to buy a house today. Or 2013, close enough. Probably even worse now, inflation, and still people are getting paid $7.25. Reason why I'm doing 2013, that's the most recent thing I could get, looking through websites. It's close enough. But yeah, that's terrible. You would have to bust your butt today to buy a house. 39,000 hours? That's actually about 40,000 hours. That's terrible. Terrible. Now, how about a car in 1960? Car in 1960, you would have to work 2,600 hours on $1 an hour minimum wage to buy a brand new car. Pretty good compared to 2013. 2013, you'd have to work 4,324 hours. So you're busting a lot more of your butt to buy the same stuff. Well, people might say now, oh, well, that's because cars of today have GPS and stuff, and GPS and all this fancy, smashy technology. A pizza maker in your car. You got a robot that'll massage your testicles while you're driving. It's like that's why a car today is more expensive. Nah, I mean, still, regardless, you got to work more to buy a car to get you around. But then, if that's the case, then how do you explain bread? Bread, 1960. Your minimum wage, your 1 hour minimum wage could have bought 4.54 loaves of bread with 1 hour of minimum wage work. How do you explain that then? 2013, your minimum wage would have been able to buy less amounts of loaves of bread. 3.66 loaves of bread with 1 hour minimum wage work. So can you tell me why bread is more expensive back then? I mean, why was bread more expensive back? Why is bread more expensive now? Why can you buy less bread now? What? Because they put gold in the bread or something? Or what? Do they got a pizza maker in the bread? It's like, what is this bread made out of? Is it made out of plutonium, nitroglycerin, cyanide, platinum, rhodium bread? That better be some good ass bread for it to cost more, but shit. that bread costs more now. It's 3.60. You can only get 3.66 loaves of bread today. Hamburger meat. How much hamburger meat could you get today? You can only get 1.54 pounds of hamburger meat. 1960, you could have bought 2.22 pounds of hamburger meat. It's just a 0.70 difference, but bottom line is your paycheck today buys less than what it could before. You can't buy as much as you could before. Gas. Oh, here's a kicker. Gas. 1960, you could have bought 4 gallons of gas with your 1 hour of minimum wage work. Today, you can only buy 1.90 gallons of gas with your 1 hour of minimum wage work. Not even two gallons. That's terrible. So, in silver, here's the real kicker. Oh my God, this is the real kicker. In 1960, you actually could have just been making pizza, making minimum wage paycheck, making pizza, and just doing chump work, and your minimum wage could have got one ounce, about pretty much 1.9 ounces of silver. You could have worked at Pizza Hut for 1 hour, and you could have bought 1 ounce of silver. 1 ounce of silver with 1 hour of Pizza Hut work. Holy damn. 2013, you would have to work about 3 hours. 3 hours at Pizza Hut to buy 1 ounce of silver. That is the real kicker right there. Price of silver in 2013, $21.90. Price of silver in 1960, 91 cents. Like holy shit, dude. Like that right there is the real kicker. The average person today would have to work 3 times the amount to buy silver today. And that is why you should be buying silver. Silver and everything else is getting more expensive while the dollar continues to die. So this is my advice to anybody. This is your look at inflation right here, okay? Inflation is getting bad, okay? And it's like everything goes at an exponential rate now. So probably what it took from 1960 to 1913, or what it took from 1960 to 2013 is probably going to take half the time to get to that, because inflation is exponential. So it takes 4 years for something to inflate. And then the next time it takes 2 years for it to inflate the same amount. Then it takes 1 year to inflate the same amount. Then it takes 6 years or 6 months to inflate the same amount. Inflation is exponential. It's an exponential, and because the government has to print debt exponentially to keep up with the debt. So probably it's only going to take half the amount of time to get to this point now, and it's going to take a half of that time, half of that time. It's just going to keep getting worse. So bottom line, buy silver, get out of the dollar, get out of the stocks, because stocks are measured in the dollar. So stocks are going to tank, also because that shit's, inflating also because it's measured in dollars. Really, the only thing you should be in right now is gold and silver, because gold and silver cannot inflate. Gold and silver maintain their value of wealth. It's just better. So, just I plan on making another video to show, because now people are gonna say, oh, well, I mean, why should I invest in silver? Because silver is basically the same price as silver is basically keeping parallel with gas, hamburger, house, and car prices. So I mean, they're all like going in accordance with each other. It's just the dollar that's dying. Why should I buy silver? It's just insurance money. I'm not going to make any money off of it. No, it's more to it. It's not just insurance. Silver and gold are not just insurance. You actually will make a profit out of gold and silver. And I plan to cover that in the next video. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a look at how badly the dollar is dying. How badly the dollar is dying. Your dollar is buying less than what it could back in the old days. Your dollar is dying. Your paycheck is dying. You have to work more hours to buy the same stuff. And this is why I made this video, just to show you how bad inflation is getting. So the next video, I will show that silver and gold are not just insurance. They're not just insurance, but they're also a way for you to make big money, big profits. So thank you for watching. Inflation's getting bad. Get out the dollar, or else you want to be broke, living on the streets, and sleeping in a cardboard box. So it's like you wake up in bed with 5 other hobos that you don't even know. Sharing a cardboard box. It's like you don't want to be like that. So get out of the dollar, get into gold and silver. Thank you for watching, and that's all I gotta say. So that is the end of this video, because the J-Rex has finished speaking. Now can you hear that? Thank you for watching. Peace.